Hello again everyone, and welcome back to another video. My name is Derailious, and today I'll be going over a beginner's guide to the museum, as well as how to interact with it throughout your course of playing Hypixel Skyblock. Without any further ado though, let's begin. Starting off with locating the museum, you can find it by pretty much following the mountain and going to the back part of it. You can take this path as well, which takes you directly out of the hub city and over to the museum. It's not particularly far away, so you shouldn't have too much trouble locating it. It's also a fairly big and obvious building over here. Starting off by entering the museum, we can see this NPC. If you click on her, we can pop up the Your Museum menu. At the top, we get some information about the museum as a whole. It's a compendium of all of your items in Skyblock, and you can donate items to your museum to unlock rewards. Here are the types of items you can donate: weapons, armor sets, rarities, and special items. In order to earn rewards in your museum, you need to donate weapons, armor sets, and rarities. Special items do not count towards museum progress and rewards, but are cool nonetheless. Let's go over to weapons. As you can see, whenever I hover over any particular weapon in this list, you can see a bunch of information: a donation date, a creation date, the clean value, and the reward XP. For now, I'm going to go over to the bottom right and turn off extra details. This will just show me the amount of XP I get for each individual item. In order to donate an item, you have to hand it in to the museum. On the bottom right now, I have a cow hat, and I'm going to go back and over to rarities. And as you can see, here's the cow hat. It gives you a reward of 1 Skyblock XP. So I'm going to click on my cow hat, but note that this hat does not have soulbound on it yet. When I click on it, you can see that there's a warning when you're confirming your donation. Whenever you donate an item to the museum, it will be marked as soulbound. That means that you can no longer trade it off the profile, auction it, or sell it anymore. So I'm going to confirm my donation. I get 1 Skyblock XP, and the item is now in the museum. If I want to take it out, it's as simple as clicking on the item. There we go. As you can see, it now shows that it's co-op soulbound, meaning I can no longer sell this item. Note that the same process applies for things like armor sets, except you're going to need the entire armor set in order to donate it. For example, if I click on this rotten armor, I get all 4 pieces, and if I want to donate it back in, I need all 4 pieces. This doesn't give you repeated XP, by the way. You only get XP the first time you donate a specific item, so I can't just grab another rotten armor set and donate it and get even more XP. This also doesn't apply for special items, which don't get soulbound either, as you can see. You can put them in and out of the museum, you don't get XP, and you don't get the item soulbound. In terms of rewards, there's actually quite a lot here. For every 100 Skyblock XP obtained from your museum, Eleanor, which is the name of the NPC, will reward you. Special items, once again, do not reward Skyblock XP. So you can click on this Museum Rewards tab and see all of the milestones. I'm going to go to the left and show you from level 1. At 100 XP, and for every level after that, you get a plus 1% bits bonus and plus 2% bank interest. Here's what both of those things mean. The bits bonus is relevant for earning and using booster cookies. Whenever you get a booster cookie, you gain bits while the booster cookie is active. As you can see, I gain 9,600 per booster cookie used. This plus 1% applies to those bits, and they can be spent over at the bits shop to earn a ton of different items, many of which are sellable for pretty consistent profit. You can also use them to get god potions, which are very useful early game. In terms of bank interest, you can head over to the banker and see the amount of money in your bank. Then you can go over to the bottom right and look at information. As you can see, the first 10 million coins I put in this bank account yields 2.88% interest. This is directly related to that bank interest that you get from leveling up your museum. So by leveling it up more, you will get more money every single time interest comes through. It is slightly useful for early game players, but I'm going to be honest, it's not a very significant amount of money. Moving right along, at rank 2 we also get a plus 100 million auction bid limit. This effectively sets the amount of money you can spend on the auction house to 100 million per day. This is very useful if you're an early game player on a non-Iron Man profile, because that allows you to buy more things on the auction house every single day. At tier 3, you get the Deluxe Bank upgrade and the Museum Appraisal Service, which I'll go over now. The bank upgrades are found on the bottom right whenever you open up your bank menu at the banker. You can see the bank upgrades here, and basically how this works is you're able to go through the types of accounts, gaining more and more money in interest every single time you go up. You also gain a higher maximum balance, so your starter account starts at 50 million coins of a max balance. You can go to gold account without actually doing the museum, that gets you 100 million. You can then go up to deluxe account, which gets you 250 million, then 500 million, 1 billion, so on and so forth. All of these upgrades can be accessed through the museum, so keep that in mind. The Museum Appraisal Service is pretty simple. It allows you to see the amount of value in your museum every time you add or remove items. It also allows you to appear on the top valued filter in the museum browser. Currently it is broken, but generally what this allows you to do is look at other people's museums and see what they have. It's not really a big deal for you specifically if you're just going for the Skyblock XP and rewards, but it is something to keep in mind. Going back through the tiers, Tier 4 just gives you a bits bonus and a bank interest upgrade. Tier 5 gives you a 200 million auction bid limit, a travel scroll to the museum, which is pretty nice, and further upgrades. This continues with a super deluxe bank upgrade at milestone 6, and at mile 7 you once again get the bits and bank interest bonuses. At rank 8 is where things get a little bit interesting. You get a 500 million auction bid limit, which is pretty nice, and also access to the Hex, which I will show off now. The Hex can physically be found right behind the auction house building and the librarian building. Over inside this building we can find the handler. Upon clicking on the Hex, well, we can see the Hex. How this works is you put an item inside, let's just say my Terminator, and you can see every possible upgrade that you can put on this item. Basically what this allows you to do is more easily access, swap, and put on upgrades to specific pieces of gear. It also allows you to directly buy certain upgrades from the bazaar if those upgrades are present on the bazaar. So as you can see, if I wanted to put a spiritual reforge on this bow, it will cost me 1.401 million coins. Pretty interesting. If you are using a booster cookie, you can also access this through /hex. You can once again put an item in, and you can do the upgrades as you please. Milestone 9 isn't particularly interesting, but at tier 10 you get Dust of the Fish, the Premier Bank upgrade, the Flower Minion tier 12 recipe, and once again a bits and bank interest bonus. These once again aren't particularly crazy, I've already gone over the bank upgrades. The Dust of Fish is just a specialty item that you can put in the museum if you want, or sell if you really wanted to, and the Flower Minion recipe isn't something you particularly have to worry about. At tier 11 you get the 1 billion auction bid limit, and at tier 12 you get access to Shen's auction. You also get the collecting top hat emblem, which is pretty neat. Shen's auction can be accessed by going behind the auction house and going down into the basement. Down here you can speak to Damia, the NPC, and gain a bunch of different items by spending a lot of money. For now, with the regular Shen's auction tag, you can access these items on the top. Pandora's Box, Artifact of Control, Shen's Regalia, and a bunch of other ones which cycle through every few days. Later on, when you get a higher milestone tier, you can even access Shen's Special, which gives you some more interesting items. I'm going to be honest, many of these aren't particularly great, but some of them are very useful, especially the base Shen's auction items. Many of these are very, very nice. Moving through the rest of the milestones, there isn't really too much to talk about. You get further bank upgrades, higher auction bid limits, and also access to Shen's Special, as well as Eon the Fish, which is another specialty item. This goes all the way up to milestone 30, and at milestone 29, you get a 25 billion auction bid limit. The only other thing of note is at milestone 24, when you get the golden collecting top hat emblem, another pretty neat emblem. If you're a new player, that may have sounded like a lot of information, and I don't blame you, it is a lot of different systems, a lot of things happening at once, but here's what I have to say about the museum. I highly recommend, if you're a new player, getting into this system early, donating some of these early game items, and getting involved as quick as possible. Basically, the reason why is because you're going to want to build up these milestones extremely quickly. Things like the Hex are incredibly useful in the mid-game, giving you access and seeing pretty much every single upgrade in the game. Maybe you don't know exactly what to upgrade, well, the Hex makes that a little bit easier. Also, if you put items in the museum, you'll be way less likely to be in a selling mood in the future. If part of your set is already in the museum, you might as well put the rest of it in, because you're not going to get as much money out of it otherwise. The reason why this is such a useful system, in my opinion, is because it prevents people from liquidating all of their items, which is very common in Skyblock. If you're someone who likes to sell things and buy things over and over again, you're not really going to be increasing your net worth and your profile's value over time. The museum prevents that from happening by allowing you to store your items permanently and prevent them from leaving your profile in the form of co-op soulbinding. I'm gonna be honest, this system works very, very well. Whenever you get an item and you have no interest in selling it in the future, you should be putting it in the museum 100% of the time. Make sure you fill up these museums. Even I have some things to do in the first part of the rarity section. There are a bunch of things recently added. Make sure you get them, go through the list, and start adding them. I know it may seem tedious, but getting these museum milestone upgrades are a big deal, and honestly, it's pretty fun. Overall, I hope this video was helpful in allowing you to understand the intricacies of the museum. It is a pretty weird thing to discuss, and it's not too similar to most other MMOs, so once again, I hope this video helped. If it did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below, and at the end of the day, my name's Derailious. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and look to the future, fellas. I'll see you then.